I really love how the Lord works. He's been talking to me about silence. Like, I don't do really well in silence. I like to have music playing. I like to have background sound. I sleep with a fan on. I enjoy some type of distracting noise in the background. I have selective hearing, so I can multitask. Today's devotional or Torah reading comes from Genesis chapter 24, which is the longest chapter in the first book of the Bible. So God's got lots of things to say to us in Genesis 24. I'm at the portion where Abraham's servant swears an oath to him about finding a wife for Isaac. So the servant goes back to Abraham's homeland. And on his journey, he says to the Lord, if she does this and this and this, I'll know then that she is the wife you have for my master's son. As soon as he gets to the territory, these ifs, these signs that he had asked God for, did come to fruition. When the maiden came out to give the water, the servant ran to her with, I just imagine with this great excitement that, oh my, these signs I asked you for, God, you're showing me them. Then he sits, and the word says that the man gazed at her in silence, waiting to find out whether Adonai had made this trip successful or not. Sat in silence, waiting. See, God'll give you signs if you ask him for them. If you've got the pure heart and the earnest desire to please him, because that's what the servant's job was. The servant's job was to please his master. He was on task for his master, not himself. And he asked God for a clear sign, which God gave him. But then he had the wisdom to sit in silence and wait to see if Adonai had really done this thing for him. So that's Heather's lesson for this week, and I'm just sharing it. There's some silence that's required on my part. There's some things that he's trying to teach me and mature in me. That it's not just because we live in a popcorn microwave world does not mean that he's going to act like the world. And I feel like there's stuff coming, and I'm excited about that. And waiting is not my forte. But there's an adventure in the waiting as well. Shabbat Shalom.